Right. So guys, if you can see my screen, just confirm that you can see my screen. I love to first of all go to higher time frame, guys. Right. So how I do it is that um how I do my analysis is that I check from the higher time frame perspective because that's what's most likely always true. Market. I mean, 90% of the time is true. The higher time frame perspective wins all the time. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my own technical perspective on BTC, Bitcoin, right? What I feel is going to happen technically, right? Now, guys, this is like the second impulse we are ever having. Well, apart from the ground level, but this is like the major second impulse we are ever having. When I mean impulse, I mean bullish impulse, right? We are ever having in Bitcoin, ever since the inception of this technology in the market environment. So what I'll do now is that I'm currently on monthly time frame. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to map out um, my zones, right? So this is the first zone I'd like to map out, which is here. Right? Then we have another high here. So what the market is doing is that market will always break highs, right? Market will always break high. I mean, for now, technically, because we're on the bull run for a period of 8 to 11 months. So now, since I know the market is creating new highs, right? So I'm going to go to weekly time frame now. Now that's why I plot my key levels, major key levels, and observe what's going on in the market. So now this is monthly time and weekly time frame. This is for those that are scared or more waiting to happen for market right now. So I want to, you guys have heard that if you want to create the future, you study the past, right? So let's study the past. So let's first of all, I'll draw my key level, which is here, very important, very, very, very important, which is here, right? So, and you notice that market came and never passed this level below. And this is where I started buying from. Now let's plot other key levels. And I've told you what key levels are, right? They are just zones of reversal zones, whether as buying or as selling, wherever it reverses. So this is another key level here, right? You notice that market got to this place for rejected, went up, came back, rejected, okay? And of course, market made use of that place for a consolidation for a while. So before breaking through it above. So let's see if we can find another key level. So here is another key level. So here's another good and important key level, right? So what we are currently experiencing, right, is a rejection and relaxation on the break of all-time high, ATH, right? Rejection and relaxation on the ATH, all-time high. So as long as these candles are not closing below, now I'm going to change colors for major zones, right? So minor zones, major zones. So I'm going to have this as ash color, right? Yeah. And of course, yeah, I think that's all for now. So guys, major zones and minor zones. I'm zooming in my screen so you get to see it better. So guys, look at this. You see this level right here? As long as this place, right? You can see it if you zoom in the screen. If you zoom in the screen, as long as this place is not closing below this place, right? As long as market is not closing below it, as long as market is not closing below it, and it, trust me, you can't see all these things I'm saying. If you go to 1 hour time frame, If you're using 3 hours time frame, if you're using 4 hours, you might not get the proper understanding of key levels, right? So it is always important to use what the weekly time frame or monthly. The least you should use is daily time frame for key levels. But majorly I use weekly, and I advise you to use weekly. So if you're not using weekly time frame, you won't understand how to plot these major key levels. Because you see all of this rejection right here, this rejection here. On a lower time frame, the rejection you're seeing there, they are candles, right? So you find candles there, right? But on a weekly time frame is where you are now seeing it better. So, and I'm saying here, right, according to my technical knowledge that I have so far, if market is rejecting this way, right, it doesn't mean the market is a sell. It's just showing you that market is still a potential buy, right? So for those that are, what's the word? For those that are screaming, the market is going to sell, this is not even correction. This is not a correction. As a matter of fact, we can call this a break and retest. This is not a correction. A correction needs to play something like this. You see this distance, a correction needs to play something like this. This is a correction, right? You see the impulse movement, which I think I'm going to change this color now. Please mute your mic, guys, please. Now you see the green, I don't know what, I don't call that rectangle. But you see the green impulse movement, right? You see the ash color. The ash color is correction to a key level. And then before another impulse movement, which I'll draw right now, from that place to here again, right? At least from this distance again, back up before the major bear season, which is all the way from this distance. So what I am saying to you guys now, what you are currently seeing here is not a correction. What you are seeing just above there, currently the market, it is not a correction. You can call it correction or maybe 15 minutes, 1 hour, but this is not correction. As long as market is not closing below this level, right? I will make the red so thick so you get it perfectly. As long as market is not closing below the red line, this one has split, so I'll make it green. As long as market is not closing below this red key level, then that's not a correction. You notice that if market pops below it, it will reject back with a wick. If it pops below it, it keeps rejecting back with a wick. That's showing you that the buyers in this market are stronger. They have upper hand than the sellers. Right? It's showing you that the buyers in the market have stronger hand than the sellers, guys. So now, what is happening here seems like what's happened here. So let me cycle this piece again. Now, like I said, the best way to understand the future is to observe the past. What is happening there? You guys are seeing all the places that I cycled, right? So maybe I'll just make those cycles yellow so you see it clearly. I hope you understand it, guys. Now look at the yellow cycles. What is currently happening at the red zone at the top, right? Is what happened here before. You can see it now. The same thing is about to repeat itself. So you see all this rejection, before you know it to pop back up and start buying. And after it bought for a while, right? Once market buys for a while, it will come back to this level again as correction, then pop back up. However, technically speaking, I don't really expect market to break this down below anymore. I think this is the least or the last we'll see. But whatever happens in the market, just know that crypto market or Bitcoin market is mainly on volume, right? It is volume. And the volume I'm referring to is money. Money. So what moves the crypto market more? Entirely the financial markets is money, the money, people's money. So, but for now, technically, technically speaking, I don't expect market to go below this level. As long as it keep rejecting this level, then it can't really go below it. The only way to go below it is when it's not rejecting this level. It has rejected this level for so many times, right? So I don't expect market to go below it again, guys. So for those that are scared that, or those that are saying market is going to this level, right? Those that say market is going to come here. Well, you might be right. We don't know yet. But like I'm saying, as long as the market is not breaking this red zone, then we are not seeing correction. Correction should do something like 30%, 35%, something like this, the way I drew it now. If market came down to this point, then we can call it correction. But as long as market is not coming down to this point, it's not correction, guys. Are we following, guys? Comment if you're understanding.
Thank you, Beto. You are the best.
Yeah. Guy, I post this thing for you too. So, guys, as long as market is not getting to this zone, then we are not seeing correction, right? So we will just say it's a normal, normal reaction that usually happens in the market. Market cannot just keep going green, 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 green. You definitely see red candles along the line. So, but guys, like I keep saying, view this market very well. You will see strong rejection happening. Market keep rejecting. It gets to the red zone, pull back up. It's closing below the zone. Keeps closing below the zone. Keep closing below the zone. And as long as it's closing below the zone, we can't see a correction. If any reason market came down like this and maybe close below the red zone, at that time we can now say, okay, guys, you know what? See, guys, can you see? If market close below this red zone, okay, let me make it so you actually see it like. So if you see a red candle closing this way, below this our weekly zone, that is when we can say, okay, correction is about to happen. Then we can now agree that, technically speaking, markets will go down to this point before you buy. But as long as we are not seeing that closing, we keep seeing rejection. We keep seeing rejection, right? As long as we keep seeing rejection, guys, then market is not going down. So don't be scared, just be strong. And know that we are still in bull season, we are still in buy season. So let me quickly go to daily time frame. So you see something. And now, guys, for those of you who are used to charts, you will notice that this is a continuation pattern, right? This pattern is what they call continuation pattern, bullish continuation pattern. So from here like this, we expect market to buy more just after now. I don't expect market to sell. I expect market to buy more. This is a continuation pattern, right? And like I say now, imagine those trading weekly, daily time frame. You will think that this is a correction because, of course, on daily time frame, you will see candles closing below that red line. But like I said, the best time frame you will see major key levels is what? Weekly time frame. Weekly time frame will show you what is not true, what is true. Right? On weekly time frame, we saw all of these things as weak, candle weak rejection, we call it candle shadow rejection. But daily time frame, you are seeing it as candle. So I always advise you to use the weekly time frame to plot your key levels. Now, this is what we call a continuation pattern, right? This is a continuation pattern in technical in price action trading, or those that trade chart pattern. So guys, technically speaking, I think I'm done, but technically speaking, I don't really see the market going down. Technically, I see the market, continually having an impulsive movement. So on that note, guys, so the halving is not happening. Keep mind, halving is happening. Halving is in a few days from now, right? And halving is not what's the word? Halving is not like if halving happened, the market is going to sell. Do you understand? No, that's not halving, right? Halving is not when it happens, market is going to sell. That's not halving, right? So even if halving happens, I don't really see the market breaking new here. Technically, right? As long as weekly time frame is not closing below the level. You see it now. Weekly time frame keep rejecting. Once you see the red candle coming down, it rejects, close above. It comes down, rejects, close above. Even the one currently happening is closing above. So guys, what we have to do is we keep buying, right? We keep stacking. So I'm done with that. Is there any question? I can entertain question in the inbox. Is there any question, guys? Okay. Anyone want to ask a question? What is
How about us?
Okay,
Hello.
so yeah.
Yeah, that's my question. What's halving? I've just been this general knowledge about Bitcoin halving. So what's the halving?
Okay, what is halving? Halving is an event that occurs in the Bitcoin, or we can call it, I'm using Bitcoin because mostly it's Bitcoin, since Bitcoin is the mother of crypto. But halving is the event that occur in Bitcoin every 4 years. 4 years. We don't know whether that's every 4 years is going to change as we move forward. But from what has been happening since 2019 now, it is every 4 years, right? And what it means is that every time halving happens, right, there's a reducing block reward for miners, right? There's a reducing block reward for miners, right? So the mechanism reduces the rate at which new Bitcoin enters circulating power. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? So halving is basically designed, right, to like reduce the rate at which new Bitcoin are generated by the networks, right? You know, miners are those miners that have mining machine, mining crypto. So what they do is they validate transactions, right? So all the accumulative transaction and every of the hash rates, okay, every 4 years, okay, the rate at which they do that is being reduced every 4 years, right? And each time it happens, okay, people now have access to buy more crypto, Bitcoin especially, become more faster, right, in transaction. And because of that, of course, everybody would love to rush to purchase now. If for instance, you bought Bitcoin, those that bought Bitcoin and did Bitcoin transaction maybe 5 years ago, okay, people buy, if the same set of people are buying it now, you will notice a difference. What will be the difference? If you are doing crypto transaction 5 years ago and now, you notice that now it's more faster, now it's more efficient, right? Now that is going to create demand because, of course, you can now obviously tell someone else that download crypto now, download any wallets now. I'll send you crypto in less than 3 minutes. You've seen it. You know, 10 years ago, you can't actually brag of that because of transaction validation rates. Okay, if you really want to understand what I'm saying is, if you go to Binance right now, just don't send the money, don't send any money, right, guys? So, but try to copy you can use your own wallet, maybe your Phantom wallet or your MetaMask wallet, but please don't send any money, like I said. Take your Phantom wallet, take the BTC address there, all right? Take it to maybe Binance. Try to want to send money. You will see something telling you like 24 confirmation or maybe 15 confirmation. Those things are validations in the market, and people who validate that are miners, right? I hope this is well enough. So the event, like I say, occurs every 4 years, right? So about 210,000 blocks have been mined so far, and this is what usually happens in the market. So every 4 years, for now, maybe later in the future, it will be the number of years will be reduced, but I guess not. I don't really think so. So my people, so if there is no any other question, right? So this is what I have in my own view, as long as market is not breaking below this zone, then we are not yet in any correction. Correction is not by how many percent. Look at what just happened, about 9%. 9% cannot be correction. Correction is usually 30% above, right? Like from here now, you see this one was 50%. That's what correction is. So if we want to do 30%, at least correction should be like to this place. Right? This is what correction should be, not the one you are seeing there. Right? And you can't confirm now if correction is going to happen. If the red candle has not closed below this zone on the weekly, right? Let it close below it. If it close below it, then we can now say, oh my guys, correction is about to happen. But as long as it's rejecting, then you know that buyers have more power in this game currently. So guys, we are done with this. I hope you took some lessons from this. One of the major lessons I'd like you to take from this is how I do my analysis from the perspective of higher time frame. You get to see things clearer, better. You know, like I'm doing it, you see rejection zones, you see all this. You will avoid a lot of noise, right? You avoid a lot of noise like, is market going to go down? Is market going to go up? You get that, right, guys? So, guys, in the absence of no question, I'd like us
Mentor, I have question though.
Okay, please ask me a question.
Yeah, people were saying this is the last halving. How true is it?
Well, if you ask me how true is it, I'll tell you I don't know how true that is. But first of all, why they are all saying this is the last halving is technically because we are in the last phase of mining of the total supply of Bitcoin, right? You know that forever only 21 million pieces of Bitcoin will forever be mined, and almost about 20 million has been mined so far. And I think we are getting close to, the 21 million Bitcoin being mined, finished. So if everything is being mined, that means there's nothing to be mined in Bitcoin again. So that means technically they might be right to say that this is the last halving, because like I say, halving is just like reducing all the mine rates and then increasing rewards for miners. So if this current Bitcoin halving is the last, that means there's no Bitcoin that will ever be mined again just after now. And do you know what that is actually simplifying? Let me break it down maybe fundamentally on my own perspective. It is that if there's no Bitcoin to be mined again, now let's do this. There is something. If 21 million pieces of Bitcoin is ever going to be mined in this life, right? This will make you to want to hold your Bitcoin. if 21 million pieces of Bitcoin is going to be mined ever, right? That is 21 million. Right? BTC is going to be mined forever. Like we're only going to have 21 million pieces of Bitcoin. How many are we on this earth? Okay, we're like 8 billion, right? 8 billion. 8 billion humans. Okay, let me write people there so it's not looking like as if 8 billion nothing. So
9.2 billion.
We don't increase. Who they born this speaking like this now? Okay, so 9.2 billion people, one more. Every year with the increase, 9.2 billion people. They born children like this. So imagine, guys, so we have 21, we have 9.2 billion. Do you see the distance? That means, and you guys know that Bitcoin is now moving to becoming an asset class, right? So I know what an asset class is. Simply just basic where value is being stored, just like real estate. Okay, so our time will soon be up, so I'm just ending it anytime soon, guys. So, like I said, if we have 21 million Bitcoin ever, we have 9.2 billion people. What do you think that is going to? What do you guys think is the implication of that? That is to say, Bitcoin will forever keep rising. Why? Because the population of people, except God decide to destroy the earth, or these guys come back again with another pandemic to kill a lot of people, to keep reducing population. Except on that note, people will want to always buy Bitcoin. So it will create demand for Bitcoin, and that will keep increasing the value of Bitcoin. I don't know. Do you guys understand that technically? Like demand and supply. The supply of Bitcoin is very small, 21 million, just 21 million. That means if I have 1 million pieces of it, and in the next 20 years, there's no the market of Bitcoin, people can't really access it. Me that have 1 million pieces of it, I go form tire, I go sell them very expensive because I know that it is at high demand, right? People are really in need of it. So this is what usually happens when we talk about demand and supply. Now, especially for Bitcoin, and only 21 million pieces is ever going to be mined. 20 million also has been mined already, or I think nearly 21 million has been mined. So since that has been mined, that means the halving will be the last halving. So I hope I answered this one correctly, sir.
Hello, Mentor. I have another question, please. Like, for example, let's leave Bitcoin. Those of us that miss Bitcoin, not let on the paper or somebody beg. Um,
Yeah. Okay, so ask your
what
question.
about, for example, a potential coin like BNB, for example, that has total supply 200 billion pieces, and presently now the
Why you are not here? This is not asking again. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Please, anyone with any comments? Is it from my end or from his end?
From instead.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, this is live.
hello wait I left that. I was asking a question. I don't know what happened.
Okay, ask. We have short time
Uh-huh.
here, and
I
let
said
us.
for BNB now, the circulating supply is 108 billion pieces now.
Mm.
I'm not saying what is the probability of BNB rising, for example, BNB, because I don't think there are miners in BNB. How would those remaining circulation enter the market?
They burn it.
They've done
They
it.
keep. They burn it. They
Okay,
burn.
yeah.
So,
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
They keep
So
burning.
yes, they keep burning until they reduce circulating power supply. If they keep burning,
So
for instance, if the total population of the world, like one of us said, is 9.2 billion, right? So if this total supply, the current total supply of BNB is, for instance, 10 billion. If Binance ecosystem wants to increase the value of their coin, right? What they do is to burn it. They can burn half to make it 5 billion. Then after burning it, that's not just enough. Burning supply, it's not enough. So what they do is they increase their marketing and of course increase their products delivery. So it will cause demand again for people, and more people will be rushing and it will keep getting more expensive. So if they keep burning it, imagine they burn it down to 100 million pieces. You go not say it would be very expensive. So that's why you see that projects are burning. But if they overhave, like you see some having like 50 billion pieces, 50 billion supply, they have to keep burning it, like all this Shiba, especially if they want to build a project around it. So, guys, we are going to end this right now. Thank you so much for joining. I'm posting this on my YouTube, right? Just in case you want to check it out later. So, guys, have a lovely time and have a lovely weekend. So, bye.